Hey,
Damn, someone just slid like they were the business. You understand that? Oh, that motherfucker
wow,
blocked.
there's two of them.
Quad.
I was wondering the same thing.
Quad feed indeed. What's going on, guys? It's OGCP De Silva playing some hardcore TDM. Yes, that's right, playing some hardcore. Now, traditionally, I'm a core player, right? So why did I hop onto hardcore this time around? Well, let me tell you guys exactly why I switched over right here for this game. And the only reason that I could tell you is because of campers. Now, campers, we all know, are quite abundant in Call of Duty Ghosts, but this time around, I just was getting so frustrated with these campers. Literally in every single game, there was someone in a corner with a tent, with a bonfire going, roasting marshmallows, waiting for somebody to pass by, and it was just getting really frustrating and just stressing me out. Now, usually during that time when that happens, I have two options. Number one, I stick it through, I struggle through it, grind it out, and say to myself, I'm gonna get into a better lobby, I'm gonna get into a better lobby, you know, everything's gonna work out. But it just wasn't working out, man. And I was giving this game the best that I had, and I was even slowing down my gameplay so I wasn't rushing. And by the way, this game is the hardest to run and gun in than any previous Call of Duty ever. And that just adds to the frustration. But you know, the lobbies that I was getting into were just really bad. So instead of stressing myself out even further, you know, usually option 2 would be to eject the disc and play another game. But I wanted to give this game, like I said before, a chance because I did purchase this game, so I want to put in some time to it. Don't want to totally neglect the money I've put into it. And you know, Call of Duty in general, I've played, you know, for a very long time, since Black Ops 1, and I enjoy this franchise, but you know, this game is becoming increasingly very difficult to play. So I decided to switch over to hardcore, and I actually had fun. Yeah, believe it or not, this game mode requires a couple of things that I find to be quite different than the regular core game mode, and I'm going to come at you from a core player's perspective. So first of all, the major difference that I've seen is that you require a more intelligent gameplay style in hardcore compared to core. And what do I mean by that? Well, first of all, map knowledge. Map knowledge is absolutely essential in hardcore if you want to succeed in this game mode. Now, a lot of times the reason for that is because you don't have the map, you don't have that radar to rely on. So a lot of times you need to know the layout of the map. You need to know where everybody, you know, is spawning from. You don't have that map to tell you where people are, you know, when they shoot. You don't know where they're coming from. You don't know where those shots are coming from. So you have to know the map layout. And that's number one. Number two, what I've seen as a difference is that people actually communicate. You know, in core, people don't really communicate because it's a one-man show. It's a one-man, I guess, just leading the team. I mean, if you're really good at the core playlist, you know, you don't really need your teammates. You know, of course you do need teammates to go positive, but for the most part, or the majority of the time, you're really a one-man show. But in hardcore, teamwork is absolutely essential in this, and I think communication is seen quite often in this, and that's the first thing that I've noticed in this game mode that I haven't seen in core. People are constantly telling each other where they're getting shot from, and by the way, there's no kill cam in hardcore, so that's a major change from core as well. But they're constantly communicating to each other. They're telling each other where they're getting shot from, where everybody is camping, and I think that's great. That's what encourages teamwork. That's what encourages the gameplay, where you have fun and you bond together when you're playing together. And I think that's what is working for Carlos Valdosta, PSN Killer 36, and Zoltan. You know, I see them having fun in hardcore, and I decided to switch over here, and I wanted to see what they were talking about, because in core, I just was not having it. It was just not fun for me. So I decided to switch over here, and I actually had a good game. So yeah, those were just a couple of differences that I've noticed. Snipers, I haven't seen very many snipers in hardcore, which is a good thing because snipers, oh my god, they're always a problem. You know, in every Call of Duty, they always will be a problem, but in hardcore I haven't seen very many of them, and I think that's a great thing because in core, when you give somebody a thermal scope, man, it just becomes frustrating. But I haven't seen very many of them in hardcore, and I think that's great. So if you're having a hard time or a tough time in core, and if you want to switch over to a playlist where people aren't being total just butts, I think that it's a great switch, and that's what I did here and actually did well. Well, I guess that's all I have to say for you guys for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. This is OGCP Da Silva. Catch you guys next time, and I am signing off.